So, putting aside that, first of all, they said that in relation to my statements that there was corruption afoot, and I called in relation to the handing out of future blocks, and that the president must now institute a system of auction of the future blocks, given that the auction of the blocks that are available. I pointed out that in the period after we found oil, that everything changed. That these blocks that were lying there before, that in many cases people did not even want, suddenly became valuable because Guyana became a country that had discovered oil. So everyone wants to come here now. So suddenly, all those blocks are valuable. And I pointed out that it's only through a competitive system that we will accrue the benefits to the state rather than to individuals. And someone from the media pointed out that even if we give it to private individuals and they sell it at a huge profit, then Guyana will have to turn around and pay for it as part of cost oil, the new price. So that was my position, and I pointed out that corruption was afoot because we are aware that there were applications for licenses. So how did they treat this? I think it is a clever strategy on the part of Patterson not to deal with the substance of what I was saying, which is the corruption part, but to then go and say, Jagdeo gave out all oil blocks. There is nothing left. This is Patterson as reported in the Kaichor News, the fake news, by the way, fake news outfit. And this news outfit is in the pocket of the government. In the face of every single explanation to the contrary that their ministers are lying, they will persist with the lies of the government. But I'll come to that in a minute. So this is what Patterson is quoted to say. When we got in office, they had already given out everything. What you got to do is find out who they gave it to. Some of the people we do not even know. There is nothing to give that they have given out all. And Jagdeo, should know because he was president. He was the person in charge of natural resources. So several things he said. We gave out everything. Two, that the media should find out who they gave it to, because some of the people are not known, and that Jagdeo was the one who gave these out, everything. So, in relation to the first point, then that's one. But before I go on to respond to it, the next day, Kaichor News again. Government says all oil blocks gone. This is when we responded to the Patterson's lies, and we produced a map which was done by the Geology and Mines Commission of Guyana in February of this year, which showed large numbers of blocks still available, exposing the lie using government's information. All the media houses had it, but Kaichor News says, government says all oil blocks gone. PPP says no. but fails to say what is left. We must say what is left. Although they have it there, they had the map. And I'm going to give the Kiteshore News person a copy of this map to go back with and give it to Adam Harris and Glenn Lau. Because there it is. You can see from the map, everyone has a copy of this map, that there are substantial numbers of blocks available here. So that's the first lie that Patterson told. Imagine these people went to a press conference saying, Jagdeo can't be trusted. He is a liar. Don't trust Jagdeo. And then proceeds to lie to the nation that there are no more blocks available when their own government statistics, the government department shows that there are several blocks available. So it is a lie by Patterson, it's incompetence, and it is sinister because now that he says there is nothing available, Jagdeo gave it all out, it means that they can secretly give out all the substantial blocks because then there is nothing, Jagdeo gave it all out. But this minister should be fired for lying, Patterson, or sent for rehabilitation, sent back to primary school for not doing the research. And I gather he's the new spokesperson on oil and gas. God helps us if Patterson is the spokesperson for oil and gas now. So we have established one thing today, that what Patterson said at that press conference is a lie, and no amount of obfuscation, no amount of the Kiteshore News lies that they keep peddling and the fake news can change that fact, that that there are blocks available. Jagdeo did not give out any of the blocks. Jagdeo did not give out all. Now, I went to the next thing because they personalize everything about Jagdeo. So the blocks were given out in the PPP period, for which we are extremely proud, blocks that were given out. But I looked at the blocks, and there are 10 blocks. So he said nobody knows who they're given out to. So there are 10 blocks here currently available: Mid-Atlantic, Tolo Echo, CGX, Repsol, Ratio, Andarco, Exxon, On Energy, Nabi, and CGX 2013. 10 blocks that are currently out. Well, 10 licenses that are out. And you can know exactly the people who they are. So he said, we don't know who they are. Some of them are unknown. But they can easily ask the GGMC who they are. They're 10. So that's another lie. To create this shroud of secrecy that somehow the PPP gave people that the country is not aware of, or somebody who we don't know who they are. That's another lie. So I checked when the dates when they were given out. And almost none of these 10 blocks were given out in the period Jagdeo was president. None of them. Although I'm extremely proud, I can give you the dates. The 10 licenses, I keep saying blocks, the 10 licenses that were issued were done in the period when Janet Jagan was there, or in the post-2013 period. And so I did participate in renewing original licenses, etc. But the original license was not given out. So, but I don't have a problem with that because we are proud of the history of the PPP. It's because we pushed that ExxonMobil found oil today. We're proud of our history, but they personalize it to say Jagdeo gave out all these blocks. When, if you check when they were given out, you would see it's not true. You remember they also said, personalizing again another lie, that Jagdeo had amended the licensing, the law to prevent disclosure of the agreement. Another three ministers, in fact, they were common ones, said this about Jagdeo again. That time, the other time it was Gaskin, who said that I amended the law in 2008, a lie. Ramjatan said I amended it in 2011, a lie. And Trotman said I amended it in 1997, another lie. Never amended. Imagine within the past month, they have lied twice about things because it's all a plan to demonize me. To say that Jagdeo amended the law, now Jagdeo gave out everything. So, the two sets of lies. And you want to bet that Kaichor News will never point this out, because next week they are going to carry another set of lies. You will see them repeating the lies of the government again. In the face of all of this evidence, just like when Trotman said that we, in Parliament, that we had given out the entire forest by the time they got into office. And we pointed out that it was a lie based on the Forestry Commission own stats. You will see that a substantial amount of our forests is unallocated. A substantial amount is unallocated. And secondly, of those who receive timber sales agreement, that more than half of the timber sales agreement were given out in the pre-1992 era by Mr. Hoyt and the others, Red Barama and DTL and CLECO and all of these. So again, this week Kaichor News repeated the same lie, that Jagdeo gave out those two, everything in the forestry sector. So they have nothing now. When will these lies stop?